champion Alexa Grasso and former champion Valentina Shevchenko guiding them on their quest. It's the new season of The Ultimate Fighter.
Yes!
Unbelievable.
This is RogersTV.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center and J.D. MacArthur Arena on this lovely Saturday evening in the scenic city here in Owen Sound, Ontario, for Game 2 of the playoffs between the Peterborough Lakers and your own Owen Sound North Stars. Starting in net for Peterborough, we've got Landon Kells. He's got 6 games played, 4-1. Fantastic goal against average. He's close to the top of the leaderboard here among goalies in the MSL this year. Starting in net for the Owen Sound North Stars is going to be number 31, Caleb Martin. Just missed him there on your screen as he goes to the corner. Caleb had a tough outing in Game 1 there, but he's looking for a bounce-back game here. He's got a 3-9 record in net for all 3 of those 3 straight wins for the North Stars at the end of the season, sporting an 11.15 goal against average. So the North Stars are going to need to be tight on defense here if they're going to want to overcome the Peterborough Lakers, who have been solid on the back end. Mitch Gustafson taking this draw against Jake Withers. And North Stars are going to shoulder their way through to try to win this loose ball. Double coverage there, and that one's going to get turned over to Peterborough as Noah Millsap can't quite hold on to that one. Peterborough carries this into the offensive zone led by Rob Hellier. And we're going to get some illegal contact there, so the North Stars will gain possession of this and take it into the offensive zone. And we may see the first real setup of the game happen. And there goes Webster trying to create some space with his fancy feet. Brown sends that across. Back up top, trying to make room. Peshko still got it. In front shot, good save there. As Landon Kells turns that aside, Peterborough's going to pick it up. And bobbling behind the net, they're going to get this ball moving up the floor. Hope carries this. Sends it off and connects with Hogarth. Hogarth sends that over. Marquis gets knocked to the ground. Hard shot here, and that one's turned away by Caleb Martin as he deflects that one straight down. He'll send that forward and connect with Max Skeen. Carried right up into the offensive zone. Gustafson's going to send that back for Webster. Webster now connecting with Brown, back to Webster. Webster swings out in front, looks for a shot, tries to create some space, uses his shoulder to roll off. There's a long pass, that one goes off, but the rebound picked up by the North Stars. Backhand pass, almost an open net there for Jonathan Peshko. for Webster.
Yeah, Webby did a good job picking up the loose ball and immediately got stripped. So you got to be able to get that ball, tuck it, and get to safety because Peterborough will be all over you. And that's what they look to do is turn the ball over, get you in vulnerable situations.
Hellier right out in front, shot scores to open the game. Lakers lead by 1.
Again, that's all on a turnover again, and it's you can't give them an inch. It was just a quick pass from the corner to the Hellier cutting in front, and Tyler Halls couldn't get good position there, and they beat Caleb Martin with a quick shot. But again, it's just about staying between the net and your guy, and you can't be trailing them to the net because that's what's going to happen.
An unfortunate defensive breakdown there is, you can see, just caught flat-footed there. Tyler Halls doesn't notice that there's a lane there for Hellier to get through, and with speed, the play that Hellier started himself off that pass, he's able to finish it. Now the North Stars 2-on-1, pass across, shot, turned away, rebound, shot. And both saved by Kells, but the second one with the foot in the crease, a good attempt there.
Yeah, I think they're calling him that he reached in the crease to pick it out. Again, tough call, but didn't score anyway, so not much to argue about.
Kells certainly taking any sting out of that call. Now the Lakers looking to extend their lead. They have a lane right in, shot. That was deflected wide. Now on defense, Halls tries to get that one knocked loose right out in front. Peterborough showing their offensive durability here as they move the ball around cleanly in the offensive zone. Now the North Stars are going to need to pick this up as Jake Gasparetti sends that off towards the bench. Now Peshko with some speed breaks into the zone. He'll connect. Greg Elijah Brown with speed. Buck takes a long shot, rebound. That one doesn't quite roll in as Kells is able to spin around and trap that with his big goalie stick. Evans is going to carry that into the offensive zone. Thistlethwaite sends that over. Right out in front, that one can't come down as just went over the stick of Austin Hayson. So now the North Stars, they send that over to Millsap as he carries it up the floor. Over now for Jake Gasparetti. Gasparetti still holds on to this one. He's going to send that in deep and stay out for a little bit of offense. Normally a transition player. He's going to look for a way to get involved here. Right out in front. Great shot, but a foot in the crease. As Tyler Brown has been all over the ball so far for the North Stars. Colton Armstrong gets that play started as he connects with Hogarth. Now the Lakers with the ball just outside, looking to make something happen. Great passing up high, right out in front, deflected. And no contact. Lakers want a call on that one. I don't think they're going to get one.
Yeah, that was a real good job, I think, with Summers Thompson to take up Hogarth and bring him to the ground. He was unable to get to the ball there.
Halls with the ball, sends it over for Peshko. Elijah Brown looks for the pick. Good pick there for Peshko. Hard shot here. Webster can't quite find the open net. Webster back with the ball, tries to bounce that one through the crease, make some contact, but no contact there with the goalie. Clock is going to run out, and now the North Stars will find themselves back on defense. Peterborough batting the ball around here to the other side. Tanner Buck is going to run a little bit of interference up high, and he's going to go for a swift change as Hope also goes off. Lakers still holding on to this. North Stars are going to need to put a little bit more pressure on them. Plenty of space to move around up high. Rob Hellier sends that wide. It's going to be over and back and into the North Stars possession.
Yeah, again, the North Stars just got to be patient on offense. Peterborough's really pressuring them, and if they are able to be effective by moving off ball and creating space, there should be big lanes to be able to follow.
Ball goes over to Webster. Webster has room, gets slashed. Brown picks it up, shot. That one gets deflected and turned away.
We're going to get a holding call there on Webster's initial attempt to the net, so he got kind of lassoed there, and
so Jake Withers is going to head to the box here. 2 minutes for holding. So good eyes on that one, Steve. You can see here in the replay, just gets his loose arm around him, puts his free hand on his shoulder, Webster's got both hands up saying what gives. The whole North Stars bench erupted when that play happened. That was one of the North Stars' best attempts so far of the game, getting inside both defenders. Peshko sends that over. Webster, Peshko behind the back. Hard shot here. McNabb can't get that one to go. And no call on that play. It looked like a little far from the net, or rather from the boards. Now the Lakers pass across. They lose that one. Peshko back on the ball. Now the North Stars are going to go in with numbers. Webster back to Peshko. Peshko drops that one for Webster. Webster tries to go backdoor for Tanner Buck. Can't quite get there. Picks up the rebound. Buck across the floor. Hard shot. That one goes wide.
And again, they're on the power play, and unless you've got a golden opportunity there's no sense in getting too rushed. We got a great opportunity here with still a minute and 14 seconds to go to tie this game up while on the power play.
Marquis holds this, tries to kill as much time as he can off the 30-second shot clock. 10 more seconds left to go. A minute left in the penalty. Gets that pass across, hard shot, tries to go bottom corner, and they're lucky that one didn't make contact with Caleb Martin as it bounces up and out of play. So the North Stars will gain possession, a fresh 30. 53 seconds left in this power play. Webster carries it into the offensive zone, sends that down low for Buck. Buck takes a look, he's gonna send it back to Webster. Webster up to the top for Peshko, down for Buck, passes over Webster. Peshko's shot goes wide. It's going to go off into the Peterborough bench.
They've yet to get a shot on goal here in the power play, and they're probably not going to see the ball again for another 30 seconds. So again, it's great to get the power play, but if you can't execute on them, it's just 2 minutes off the clock.
So North Stars without a shot on net in that power play. They had 3 attempts, all 3 going wide and then out of play. So they want to try to rein those shots in just a little bit tighter. They're going to take a shot here, but rebound goes right back to Peterborough, so the North Stars are going to run out of penalty time here as they're in their defensive zone. Hellier twisting, turning. He gets that pass across. And the North Stars battling for this loose ball. There's Cecile able to scoop that one up with 2 seconds left, didn't wait, and so he's going to have to run with this one. No free possession for the North Stars. Cecile sends that across. Picked up now by Stephen Portelli. Portelli picked up earlier this year, takes a shot on net.
Again, the North Stars offense just hasn't really got together yet to settle in here and get a good set going, and you know, still early in the game, but you can't afford to continue to come down empty.
Ogilvie carried that in. Ball being swung around, now goes to Evans across the floor. Hogarth tries to send that across. North Stars looking for the loose ball, and that one rolls almost right back to Hogarth, who was going to have a free shot on net, and North Stars had to be quick and jump on top of that. Great speed here from Gasparetti as he brings us all the way into the offensive zone. Plenty of time left to work with. Pass goes across Elijah Brown. Pass shot off the post. And no over and back there. There was contact with the net. So we'll be able to play on here. Caleb Martin sends it to Elijah Brown to Buck. Buck sends it up for Peshko. Peshko's got a lane to the net. He was looking for the pass, wasn't thinking shot. Now McNabb's got it. McNabb sends a pass across to Webster. He's got room behind the back. Can't get that pass to connect. Peshko's gonna have to run. Gets to the loose ball. 12 seconds left. Right on front shot. Then they're gonna say foot in the crease. So that ball's gonna go back to Peterborough.
Much better effort though. You got a couple different possessions there on the initial offensive set, and you know, they got a shot off the post. So a lot better look there. They can just settle in and continue that every time up the floor.
Absolutely, the North Stars not looking too bad so far. They're looking like they're right in this game. Evans trying to create some space here. Does. Shot, scores from distance. What a laser beam.
Yeah.
And Caleb Martin's going to wish he had that one back.
Yeah, that's another tough one, you know, to kill 28, 29 seconds of the shot clock and then have somebody score from the boards between your legs. That's a tough one for the D to handle. It's certainly going to be deflating for the bench, so they're going to need to answer real quick on this one.
can see Mitch Gustafson, who was the defender in that situation, just staring up at the board, trying to get a better look at what really happened there. Off that draw, Peterborough's going to win that and bring that up into the offensive zone. Colton Armstrong circles back and waits for the rest of his offensive crew to get out here. Armstrong will send that in deep and go for a change. Ristartis sends that right out in front. And a great save there by Caleb Martin as he comes across the net hard. Tyler Halls is going to carry this up the floor. Halls sends that ball in deep. Right across the net, Tanner Buck with a quick shot. Can't get that one past.
And again,
Kells.
real good look from east to west. You get goaltender moving. He has to find his bearings.
Ground being kept to the outside. Hard shot by McNabb. Way to reset that clock, but Kells is able to scoop up the rebounds. So good thought there as they get that ball low and harder to control that rebound. Almost picked that up for another 30. Now Hope in the offensive zone sends that off. Hellier. Rob Hellier looking for options. He's going to send that across the floor. Back to Rob Hellier. He's got one already. Ball goes in deep. Now right out in front. All alone. Hogarth scores.
That is just hard to fathom how you can let the best player on the floor in behind three of your defenders. I mean, I know there was a pick that came up the back and there was a North Star on the ground, but I think, I'm not sure what happened. We get blocked out here on the replay, but yeah. Well, it's just a little interference that the referees looked at and didn't pay any attention to it, yeah. Typically when you knock your player to the floor and then get wide open like that, they'll assume that there was something nefarious going on there, but nonetheless, you got to stand your ground and fight through the picks, and pretty weak defensive effort so far.
North Stars with speed. Noah Millsap right out in front. Shot. Good save by Kells. Peterborough picks up the rebound. They're going to head into the offensive zone led by Colton Armstrong. Armstrong's going to send that ball off. Marquis getting harassed. He's going to hold on to this one still. Gets that pass off anyways. Evans sends that in deep. Across the floor, long shots. Good save there by Caleb Martin. Tyler Halls is going to carry this up the floor. Send that off for Peshko. Jonathan Peshko sends that in for Greg Elijah Brown. Elijah Brown gets his way out, finds Tanner Buck. Buck behind the back, loses the ball, picks up his own rebound. Long shot, that one goes way wide of the net. 5 seconds left. North Stars are going to need to rifle one on net. They don't, so this one's going to go all the way back into their own zone.
Again, they're going to have to start creating some kind of offense. It looked like it was coming a couple minutes ago, but again, the last couple possessions have been pretty quick, and they're not generating any on the scoring chances.
Lots of space there created by Peterborough. They're going to swing back to the middle. Hellier sends that ball in deep. Lakers take a long shot. Caleb Martin turns that one away. Battling for it here are the North Stars. Colton Marquis able to scoop that ball out, but then the North Stars.
That's just a terrible call. For what they let go on picks, that's. Anyways, we'll go up.
Hellier gives that one right back to the North Stars. So Noah Millsap with plenty of speed. He's going to get that ball across. Now we got a 2-on-1. Brown shot. Rebound almost gets that one to go. Foot in the crease. So that's going to be the Peterborough ball, and he tried to scoop up that rebound and get a second attempt there. And
it seems anything that's even close to the net is referee Smith's go-to call. Even before the ball is released, it's a crease ball. So we'll have to watch that on some of the replays and see how accurate he might be with his calls.
Yeah, definitely speedy on the whistle today, so the North Stars are going to need to adjust and play this game a little bit differently. Battling Tyler Halls right out in front. Penalty going now to Peterborough as they strip that ball, but there's going to be a holding call.
Yeah, great effort by Tyler Halls. He got a pass given to him when he already had two guys on him, and he fought through the double and got a clear land in the net, and they had to put the hole on him. Otherwise, he would have had an opportunity here. So, yeah, great effort by Tyler. He's such a gritty player and a big leader here on the defense. And hopefully, this will spark the offense here and get back into this game. Certainly, it's far from over. But again, you got to start generating some offense. Can't wait till the third period like last game. And you get shots on net, you never know if they'll go in or not.
Taylor Jensen off to the box now for a couple of minutes. The North Stars finished the first period last game 3-1. Looking to see if they can get a couple back here and go in with a bit of a stronger finish than last game. Peshko sends a rifle across the wall, and McNabb picks that one up, and that ball gets just sent right over the head of Greg Elijah Brown. A couple of errant passes. This is going to kill 20 seconds, and now the Lakers have the ball for another 30. It's not the way the North Stars were looking to start this power play, but Millsap can turn this around. If he can get to that loose ball, he's going to battle for it, and good defensive work there. North Stars are going to pick it up and maybe lose it again here. They're battling hard, but Cecile with a good block, and then Peshko carries this up into the offensive zone. You can see he's got some tired legs from being out there this whole shift already.
Yeah, they generally get regenerated when you're on the offense.
Brown behind the back, hard shot there. Buck can't get that one to go.
That was
gets
a real
boxed out
good
from
look.
his rebound.
Yeah, outstanding backhand pass from the top from Tyler Brown, right in the Bucky's stick, and one-timer, and Kells made a great save.
Hogarth is going to hold on to this for the last 15 seconds of the shot clock, and he'll bounce that across. Peterborough, 5 seconds left to kill. Hard shot, they score from distance.
And again, there's just absolutely no way you should get scored on a 4-on-5 late in the shot clock and leave that kind of space. You have an extra guy out there to defend who's a safety. You need to lock off on your guys, and again, this special teams are just atrocious recently for the North Stars after putting together such a great run near the end of the season and being incredibly competitive. I mean, this certainly isn't the way they wanted to start out the game tonight.
Turner Evans with an absolute rifle of a shot that caught Caleb Martin off balance. You can see him stumbling back, and this ball is going to get called dead, and the North Stars will gain possession of it. So jumping out there is Webster's. He's going to send this ball into the offensive zone. Buck to Webster. Webster, Peshko, down to Buck. Across the floor, hard shot by Elijah Brown. Can't get it to go. Another good attempt there, trying to get the goalie to move east to west, and he does, but just can't quite tuck it in past the leg of Landon Kells. Now Withers with plenty of room, shot, and that one's just deflected wide by the stick of Caleb Martin. And Martin went down awkwardly there behind the play again, so we'll have to take a look at how he's doing later in this game. Stephen Portelli sends that over for Webster. Webster twisting, turning, trying to create room. It's around one, gets a bouncing shot. That one goes wide. This rebound's going right back to Peterborough. Now they've got a 2-on-1. Jensen out of the box, sends the pass across, back to Jensen in front. Feet were definitely in the crease there.
That is an absolute atrocious call again by Smith. The Peterborough player misses the ball, goes through the crease, and he calls it interference on Owen Sound. So it's
unfortunate play.
That is certainly a pretty strange one.
Evans tries to rush that in, now right out in front, shot scores. So a controversial call leads to a goal there by Joe Resitardis.
Yeah, Resitard, I mean, 7 points the last game, I believe. I mean, he's just continues to score in this league, also in the NLL, and again, just left wide open. No communication back there on B, and they're really struggling tonight, and they're not getting any saves either.
Well, we're going to see a goaltender change here as Caleb Martin is chased early in the first period, and I wonder now if for game 3, this is the second time in 2 games that Caleb Martin's been pulled. He's clearly not happy about it.
Well, again, you know, like Dale's got to make some saves, but he's got to have somebody play some defense in front of him, and they just haven't come to play tonight. So you know, you can question the decision why he's in the net tonight after having such a poor performance. And Woody, a little bit more of a veteran, and certainly came in and fared very well in Peterborough. But you got to support your goaltender, and they've done nothing of the sort tonight.
Absolutely. A call like this, you generally see Coach will pull a goalie here, not so much because of how the goalie played, but if his team's not playing in front of him, he wants to protect them for the next game, get his head back in it. So we'll see what the North Stars decide to do for Game 3 in Peterborough. In the meantime, this is the only game that matters. Will Cecile, he's going to hold on to this ball. Plenty of chatter coming from both benches. He'll pass that off to Tanner Buck. Buck's going to slowly carry this into the zone. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. He's waiting for some teammates to get out there. Brown will send it back to Buck. Buck tries to get low. He goes to the outside. Buck with a long shot. That one's caught just in the knee of Landon Kells. He's going to send that off. We'll take this moment here to thank Boston Pizza for their continued support of your Owen Sound Senior A MSL North Stars and your Rogers TV crew. If you'd like to visit Boston Pizza, you can do so at 1606 16th Street East in Owen Sound, Ontario, or call them at 519-370-2003 or visit them at www.bostonpizza.com. Thank you so much, Boston Pizza, for all of your support of the Owen Sound North Stars and your Rogers TV crew. Too many players here being called against the North Stars, so they're going to have to send somebody to the box here, but nobody's on their way to the box, it looks like, at the moment.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was a case of being too early, so perhaps they did have 6 players on the playing surface. There don't seem to be any objection coming from the bench, so...
Referee Smith is not too happy there with the North Stars as you hear him shout over to the bench.
Well, I'm sure the feeling's mutual because he doesn't have a lot of tenure in this league, and nor do many of the North Star players for that matter, but...
Great passing here for the Peterborough Lakers as they get a great pass across. That shot just goes high and wide. Millsap can't pick up that loose ball.
And again, just an inability here, and then they standing around and watch, waiting for the whistle to blow, and not getting in position. Gives up a grade A scoring opportunity. So
great work there by Ethan Woods to bail his team out. Halls is going to carry this out. Try to kill a little bit of time off. Tanner Buck's going to hold on to this. Got about 15 seconds left in the shot clock here. Sends that across for Greg Elijah Brown. Across the floor, taken down. Jake McNabb's taken to the floor. We're going to get a call now going against the Peterborough Lakers. They may get 2 off this. You never know.
No, not likely.
And it's going to be a holding call here. Very dramatic motions here. I like this referee. He's great for TV. So the Lakers will head to the box here, even this up, 4 players apiece. North Stars with 1:11 left in their penalty. So they're going to get a few seconds here. And Lakers are trying to pull the old can't get into the box trick. We've seen that a couple of times. Tanner Buck right in front. Tries to get that one to go. Yeah, that door is notoriously sticky. Maybe some head games, and now it's a 3-on-1. Peterborough pass across, shot, saved there by Ethan Woods right off the shoulder. So the North Stars need to get those feet moving on defense a little bit more here. Ethan Woods coming up big though a couple of times already. Austin Blumbergs goes for a change. Tanner Buck. Buck takes a hard rising shot. That one goes off the goalie. And then wide, picks up his rebound. Webster gets around one. Great move there, gets it to Buck. Plenty of space. He's going to send that pass across the floor. Now Jake McNabb trying to create room. Twisting, turning, gets that one knocked loose. Armstrong, he's going to go for a bit of a run. Loses the ball, gives Webster time to catch up. So Armstrong's going to need to pull back and wait for the rest of his team to come out. Hogarth grabs that one. Hellier's out. Final minute of play here in the first period. Gets that one over. Great play there as the North Stars are out of the box. Now they've got a 2-on-0. Portelli, Millsap in front, shot. That one comes down right into the shoulder of Landon Kells. A great save as he's able to keep that ball out of the net.
Yeah, great effort by Noah Millsap there. Just no luck. It's a second good opportunity in transition, and again, tried to go over top the shoulder, but no luck.
Low, long shot there for Peterborough, and just barely keeps that one on the North Stars half of the floor, almost an over and back. Now Halls is going to carry this out to the floor. Up for Webster. Webster sends that one in deep. Buck takes a backhand pass there. Can't get that one back door as the North Stars, a couple of great passes there. Now last second play, shot just wide of the net. Woods coming up big there for his team at the end. North Stars are left with a little bit of work to do here in the second and third period as the Peterborough Lakers take an early lead, 5-0. Going into the break here, we'll have an interview with our very own Spencer. He's going to get something going for us here, I think, with Peterborough, so stay tuned here after the break. We'll be right back as we hear from the Peterborough Lakers on RogersTV.
This is RogersTV.
Close behind, 18 points. Your Owen Sound North Stars down there, 3 wins right at the end of the season. Getting 6 points there going into the playoffs, able to make the playoffs here, going up against the, obviously, the Peterborough Lakers. So it's been a tough matchup so far for the North Stars. We're looking to see some miracles happen here, I think, in the second period. This is the North Stars' first time in the MSL League, so they have not played. We've had an Owen Sound team in Senior A before, but this is the first time that the North Stars have found their way into the Senior A League. So this is essentially a brand new franchise. Take a look here. Got your scoring leaders, and Peterborough got a couple of guys up there. We've seen a few already. Resiteritz, he's got 38 points so far. Thomas Hogarth, 37 in the regular season. Oakville, of course, they're always strong. Lanchbury up there with 57. Six Nations, they've got a few players on here. States up there with 54. And you can see it's mostly Oakville and Six Nations. Brooklyn doing great, though, this season. And we'll be right back after these commercials. We'll have an interview for you, and we'll try to break down everything that we got there in the first period.
Carol Merton. Please join me for HealthLink, a program connecting home, community, and healthcare. Please join me and watch HealthLink on RogersTV.
All right, well, here we are up in the booth, and that was not the first period we were looking for. The North Stars there a little bit weak on defense. Caleb Martin obviously getting pulled, and we were kind of talking there in the first period. You know, he wears some of that, but he doesn't wear all of that. A lot of that is just defensive breakdowns and the North Stars not supporting their goaltender.
Yeah, I mean, The offense on Peterborough is so deep, and a lot of them have played together for a lot of years. They have such a championship pedigree. So you can't take anything for granted. You give an inch, you might as well give a mile, because like we've talked numerous times, the quality teams in this league, they can catch and pass and shoot in a phone booth with 3 of them in there. There's just exceptional talent. These are some of the best players in the world. And so you just can't turn your head for a second or take a breather for a second, or the ball's going to end up behind you.
You got this powerful trio here of Rob Hellier, you've got Hogarth and Resiteris. How do the North Stars stop them for the rest of the series?
Well, again, you have to be physical with them. Just get them thinking a little bit more about, taking the stick on their hands, something on their wrists, getting over top of their stick. Make them think about trying to evade that rather than what they're going to do once they get the ball. So, they're always looking, one step ahead of what's going to happen out there. And so you really got to do your best to impede that, try to deny them the ball and make the lefties hold on to the ball. They typically will go strong, a lot of times strong right, because Colton Marquis is an exceptionally dangerous right-handed shot here as well. So, it's just really getting under their skin, just doing little things that, and you just can't give an inch. You got to take position away, you have to have good footwork, and you have to have good communication. And some of the 2-man games, we've seen guys get in there all alone because either they didn't know the pick was coming or, knew too late. So again, just communication is key, but you just got to be on your toes.
Absolutely. Well, we'll take a look here at what is, or rather we'll be right back with the second period here. We'll hopefully see a bit of a different defense, a different approach to this game for the North Stars as the Lakers lead currently 5-0. You're watching the Owen Sound North Stars take on the Peterborough Lakers here on RogersTV.
Every year, dozens of Canadians are killed or seriously injured because they take risks around railway tracks. Talk to your loved ones about rail safety. Visit stoptracktragedies.ca.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center and J.D. MacArthur Arena. The North Stars down 5-0, just coming out on the floor now. And the North Stars are going to need to give this crowd something to cheer for. There's a few Lakers fans out there in the crowd here this evening. They got the jerseys and they got the cowbells, and we've been hearing a lot of it so far this afternoon. So your Owen Sound North Stars come out here and ready for battle. They're going to need to tighten up here a little bit in the second period. We've already talked about the defense. Offense is going to need to get swinging as well. So,
yeah, I mean, it can't all be put on the defense. They really haven't had too many dangerous opportunities on offense. They've had, I think, 3 power plays now, and obviously have done little except to get scored on one of them. So again, you just have to be patient, but you got to move the ball, move your feet, and you can't be static in this game. And there's probably some nerves, and there's certainly a lot of guys hope for a better start. So hopefully the second period fares a little bit better on the offensive side of the ball.
Absolutely, Gustafson winning that one sideways, but Peterborough coming up with it. Evans will carry this into the offensive zone and get that off to Hellier. Hellier will send that up. Hard, long shot. That one goes off the post and out of play, so it's going to stay in Peterborough's possession. Peterborough keeping this ball to the outside. Evans carrying it in. Evans creating a little bit of space. That one's knocked down. Good stick there by Hayden Summers-Thompson.
Great job there by Hayden Summers-Thompson. Again, he got beat in the 2-man game, but he got a stick in the lane and knocked that ball down, was able to retrieve it and send them back in transition the other way.
Now the North Stars trying to move this ball. Long shot goes up off the mask, trying to shake up Landon Kells a little bit, maybe get the better of him. mentally, make him think a few more balls are going for his head, send him low. Hutchison sends that over.
Again, just way too easy. Not quite sure what the heck happened there. But to Austin Hazen, just a clear track to the net, and Woody made a big save.
Hellier creating room, takes that long shot and scores. Rob Hellier with his second of the game opens the scoring in the second period to set the Peterborough Lakers ahead 6-0. And there's not much to say about this goal. That's a goal scorer's goal, plenty of room.
Again, the Hellier's man gets sealed there by Hazen, and Will Cecile is too slow to get out on top and cut that shot off, and allows Hellier to clear lane to the net, and he beats Ethan Woods under the glove. So again, these guys are just Rob Hellier's been scoring goals like that since he was a young North Star in his minor days. So he's a veteran pro guy, and you just can't give him that kind of time and space.
Well, you can certainly see the pro pedigree of the Peterborough Lakers on display here this evening. And the North Stars are going to need to figure something out to start chipping away at this lead. It's very possible. And that's a great start as they are able to, looks like maybe get under the skin a little bit of Evans, and then Peterborough takes a high chip shot.
And again,
there.
you know what? Like that's right in front of Mark Smith. They threw Gustafson out of the game for a play similar to that, and he had to serve a one-game suspension for a penalty in the change box, and their referee had a clear view of it and shakes his head no, and pats him on the back and lets him go. So that's what's frustrating when you're a player, especially for Mitch Gustafson, who had to miss a game plus the following game for a similar situation.
Hiltz tries to make a little bit of space. And now the North Stars are going to head to the penalty box. Hellier picks that up and sends it up for Hogarth. Backdoor, good save by Ethan Woods.
And there they can easily call that. Yep, oh, they're gonna even that one up. So I'm not sure. I didn't catch that first call that Josh Hiltz made on. It looks like it's
going to be Blumberg's there, who's off for the North Stars, and we'll have to take a look. So I guess he thought maybe the stick got up high, or I'm not entirely sure where the call was, but it's going to be 4-on-4. So whether we agree with the call or not, it's even up. So no harm, no foul on that one.
No, I mean, I'm not sure what the call was. He definitely was guilty of a hold, if nothing else. So.
So with the Lakers taking the second penalty, they've got 5 men still out there on the floor. So
yeah,
if they
they'll go 5-on-5 here, I believe. Yeah, they'll treat it as an offsetting since it was both during the same stoppage of play.
With the Lakers taking the second penalty, the North Stars will gain possession here. Brown sends that over McNabb. He's got some space, takes a low shot, and he scores! Jake McNabb opens the scoring for the North Stars as they strike here in the second period.
Yep, and that's a big one to get back in this game, and it's a tall hill to climb here, but you got to do it one goal at a time. And Jake just has a knack for scoring goals, and he didn't look like he had much room anywhere, and but he finds a way. I think that went this bottom corner underneath the glove over the toe. So. Anyways, good for Jake and good for the North Stars to get one on the board here, and their job will be to do that time and time again to be right back in this.
Withers wins that one back for the Peterborough Lakers, sends it all the way down into his zone. Jake Gasparetti trying to create a little.
That's over and back. Yeah.
And there we go. In front of the ref, he's going to make that call. And then a stick right up in Cecil's face. Now Evans is gone.
Yeah. Because
he made contact even with the referee. And referee Furman making this call.
Yeah, that'll be a dead ball foul, delay a game, as it would be termed in this league. And yeah, he was walking the tightrope there and did step over, creating that over and back. And then he's got to just release that ball and get out of the way. And he tried to withhold it from Will Cecil, and then when Cecile did pick it up, he gave him a chop in the face for good measure. So.
Peshko and Webster now over for McNabb to Peshko. Webster looks for the long shot, back up to Peshko. That one gets deflected. He's going to have to get there to stop this over and back. Does so. Gets that ball in deep for Jake McNabb. Hard shot there by Peshko. This one's going to be wide of the net, over and back, and the North Stars will lose possession of this. And it will.
Yeah, their shooting percentage on the man up has been atrocious, really, tonight. And you're going to shoot from the top, you've got to hit the net because it's going the other way, and that's a possession call.
So they're still hurting for shots on net here. So we'll need to see here what they do. Hard defense there by Max Skeen trying to win this ball back. That ball goes wide. And North Stars trying to come down with it. And they will. Good work there by Mitch Gustafson as he's able to win that ball back. And he'll carry this up into the offensive zone as the North Stars bring out Tanner Buck, who will pick this ball up high. And looks like he's got an open Jake McNabb. Now backhand pass, hard shot. That one goes on net. Now the North Stars are able to win back their own ball. So the great work there. They've got an open lane, back door, Peshko across. Brown shot. That one gets deflected wide. Picked up by Webster. North Stars coming on here in spades. Buck sends out low. Back up for Webster. Brown, Webster. Back door, Peshko. Back up for Webster. Backhand shots. Good shot there. They're keeping the ball in the offensive zone and resetting this clock. So they're going to wear down this Peterborough team. Hard long shot there. That one gets deflected. Rebound picked up by Brown. He's going to get hit into the boards, but sends that over for Buck. Great work. McNabb, hard shot. That one gets deflected wide. McNabb not able to get to his own rebound, but there's Webster. 12 seconds left. Gets that down for Buck. Buck across. Peshko back door. Brown up for Buck. Buck looks. Hard shot. Brown picks up the rebound. Hard shot there goes wide. The North Stars, great attempt there as they brought a ton of offense there for the first time this game on the man advantage. That was probably their best power play so far.
Yeah, very good job. Great ball movement. They might need a couple of guys to even. Oh.
Turner Evans gets around. Backhand shot goes wide of the net. North Stars pick up the rebound. Now they're going to be with speed up the floor. Off goes Hayden Summers-Thompson. Finds Noah Millsap. Millsap spins. He's got room. Sticks lost. Right on front. Shot turned away by Kells. Great attempt by the North Stars. You can see that power play went straight to their legs.
Yeah, again, Noah Millsap, his third great scoring opportunity in transition, and Kells took that away from him as he did a good job walking him across the crease.
Elijah Brown out there giving some of the power play guys a bit of a break to rest those legs. Now Peshko tries to get around his man. He's going to send a pass right out in front. That one goes wide. It's going to be over and back. Peterborough's going to get possession of this ball. North Stars with speed try to get out there to make sure that they can get in position here before Peterborough does. And
yeah, a little bit of an error and back flip pass, but again, they're moving their feet, they're moving the ball a lot more, and they're certainly looking at much sharper the first 6 minutes of this period.
Now Rob Hellier. Skeen able to keep him out of the zone. Now Rob Hellier right in tight, turned away by Ethan Woods. Great save. Cecile sends that up, able to connect with Mitch Gustafson. Gustafson's got some help, but he's going to slow this down and get it off for Jake McNabb. McNabb will slow things down, 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Flipping his wrist right out in front for Peshko, who gets tied up. No call on the play. Webster able to get to the loose ball. Tanner Buck there, back to Webster. Webster creating some room, swings to the middle, sends that down low for Buck. Buck with a quick shot right off Kells, who turns that down. North Stars showing that they belong in this game, putting up a fight here in the second period. Gasparetti tries to block that pass. It gets all the way up. Now Thistlethwaite carries this. Long shot turned away by Wood. And now the North Stars, they've got the ball. Hayden Summers-Thompson, hard shot. Can't get that one past Landon Kells.
And a great effort. He made sure he didn't follow through in the crease and picks up the rebound. And not only do they get a great chance in transition, but they'll go to the offense now with a fresh 30.
Stephen Portelli sends that one in deep for Brown. Brown across for Portelli. Elijah Brown tries to set a pick out front. Back down for Buck. Buck creates some room, gets held up there. That pick gets missed, but hard shot here. McNabb can't quite sneak that one through the 5-hole. Then McNabb gets taken down behind the play, no call.
Yeah, again, just sometimes you got to nip that kind of stuff in the bud because you know, players certainly have a memory what referees don't want to call.
North Stars back on defense. Evans sends that across. Back right out in front, Resiteritz. That one's blocked down and covered by Ethan Woods, who flips that up. And now Mitch Gustafson's going to carry this up into the offensive zone for the North Stars. Mitch Gustafson across the floor. Tanner Buck gets it over for Webster. Webster gets a shoulder right in the back, but he gets the pass off for Buck. Buck right across the floor. Peshko can't handle that one. That one comes down. Now it's picked up by the North Stars. Jake McNabb sends that one in 3 seconds, right on net and saved by Kells. Kells sends that up for Cupido.
Yeah, Joey Capito used to be a premier transition guy. He's probably slowed down a little bit with the age of him. He's been around a long time, but a great acquisition by Peterborough to help them, you know, with another veteran piece.
Hard shot there, turned away by Ethan Woods. He has been solid since coming in the first period, only letting one ball pass early in this second period. Second period scoring so far 1-1. So the North Stars really battling here. That one gets knocked out of Will Cecile's stick and picked up now by the Lakers. Lakers forced back into their zone. Tanner Buck looks like he's recovering from a bit of a slash on the hands. Right out in front, Woods saves that one right in the armpit as he keeps his team in this game. Ball goes across. North Stars double coverage now. They're able to get that one off. Webster sends that ball in deep. Peshko right out in front. Tries to get that pass across. That one's blocked. Great work by Jake Withers as he is able to break up that offensive play for the North Stars. This one goes all the way down. Ogilvie can't get there first. Ethan Woods beats him to the ball. Sends it up for Noah Millsap. Millsap, you can tell he's got a nose for the net and he's hungry for a goal. And he'll get that ball off for Greg Elijah Brown and head to the bench. Jonathan Peshko gets around his man right out in front. Shot! Scores! Jonathan Peshko right out in front, and the North Stars continue chipping down the lead.
And again, just a great athletic maneuver, getting across the front of the face of the net and outweighting Landon Kells. And that's what you need to do with Kells. He's not going to beat him straight on very often. And, you know, he brings him across and finds a little seam just alongside the post there on his wrong side. But yeah, just great athleticism to be under duress and be able to walk that crease without stepping in.
Jonathan Peshko is certainly glad to find the back of the net.
Yeah, Jonathan is, he missed some games this season early on because he was still at school at Johns Hopkins University, and he had to go back for some personal things with regards to a job interview and such, but he's been a force since he's been back in the lineup here, and with his size and athletic ability, he really gives the North Stars a guy that can make things happen on his own and draw that double team to open things up for his teammate.
Absolutely. It goes to show you all these guys, they play hard out here on the floor, but all of them have jobs, all of them have families back home, and these are all things that play on your mind, especially during playoff time. Rob Hellier, twisting, turning, gets to the net, one hand on the stick, has to flip that one off. Now the North Stars with speed. Noah Millsap, here he goes. He's had a couple of chances already. He's going to slow this one down. Gets that over for Gasparetti. Back to Millsap. Backdoor shot. And just off the post, the North Stars almost cut the lead in half.
Again, yeah, Noah Millsap's been a force in transition, and he moved the ball, got it back, and made a nice pass down to the left crease, and sounds like it run off the post. And
now the Lakers with possession in the offensive zone. Hellier twisting, turning, gets that ball right out in front. Evans, hard shot. What a save, Ethan Woods. He comes across and he keeps the North Stars in it. Ethan Woods has been outstanding this game. Tyler Halls carries this into the offensive zone. Back for Buck, right out in front. Hall can't come down with that one. Blumbergs catches it. He's going to twist back out front and wait for a couple of players to come out. Gets that ball off for Greg Elijah Brown. Out there is Webster. Out comes Jake McNabb. Peshko back out on the floor, looking for another one. McNabb can't control that one, able to catch the bounce. McNabb tries to get that pass across, doesn't quite, and that one's going to get picked up and carried out with speed now by Taylor Jensen. Jensen sends that in deep, hard shot. Woods keeps that one out. Rebound, Woods comes up big again.
Again, that is a call that he took a shot, he landed in the crease, made contact with the goalie, and now they're going to get a penalty when it should have been a ball called. You know, again, we're just looking for consistency here, and it's a head scratcher some of the time when, you know, teams don't get the calls both ways.
And good save there, Ethan Woods off that rebound. They're going to call a cross check after a player was in the crease making contact with the goalie. I think you should expect a stick across the back.
And again, there was certainly nothing nefarious about the contact. It was
Take a look here. You can see, okay, so chop on the hands.
Now he's in. That is all in the motion of him shooting the ball. It's not an illegal cross check by any means. He's already been in the crease. And that is generally called going the other way as a crease ball, as it has been numerous times earlier tonight without any kind of shot on goal or contact. So again, for the North Stars, it's a tough one to have to accept there after they've been playing a great period here, and to hand the Lakers a penalty on a play like that it's got to be frustrating for the coaching staff and the players alike. So,
well, and I think too, you look at Jamie Hunt there. He goes right in, tries to box out in front of the net, and that's one of those things that, as a coach, you'd almost expect him to do. You'd almost be upset if he didn't try to interfere in some way as the player's running towards your goal.
If it was a check to the back of the net or something back of the net, that would be something dangerous. That's certainly, that warrants a penalty. But this was really off the shoulder, and after he'd already walked through the crease after his shot.
Great passing here for
the Lakers really move the ball here. And once they move the ball, they move their feet and get into an open zone.
Elliott tries to get that pass across. Resiterit's trying to come up with it. Hogarth there as well. And the North Stars are going to come down with it. Now it's going to be a 2-on-1. They're going to try to get a transition player there in time. Jake Gasparetti's going to slow things down. It's not worth losing the ball over, but he's going to need to keep moving his feet as two Lakers start to pin down on him. And now Tanner Buck takes a long shot and
it was
off the goalie and out of play. So a risky play there by Tanner Buck with 15 seconds left on the shot clock they could have killed, but a great result there for the North Stars as Stephen Portelli holds on to this and tries to kill another 22 seconds. Portelli sends that pass in for Peshko. Peshko sends that up for Buck. Buck takes another shot on net here, and that'll spell the end of the possession for the North Stars. So all in all, they kill about 35, 40 seconds off of the penalty. And it looks like one of the refs might have accidentally taken out Hayden Summers-Thompson as he tried to get out on the floor, and the referee just tried to sneak in front of him there, and down goes Hayden Summers-Thompson. Now the Lakers moving the ball well. Evans picks up his own miss. Hard shot here. That one's deflected. North Stars trying to find it. And Summers-Thompson able to get that ball forward, but the Lakers are going to pick this one up and bring it right back in. Hiltz sends that across. Resiteritz passes that one low. Down now for Hiltz. Back to Resiteritz. Ball goes to Hiltz.
They'll let the penalty expire here rather than risk the shot wide and give a free transition play. So they're going to go right now. Why Jamie Hunt is not going into the play is interesting.
And now the North Stars have a man deep. They're trying to pull somebody back out of this play, but they're going to miss this
now
ball.
That is, again, that's after the 30-second clock. They allow Evie to shoot the ball down the corner, thwarting an opportunity. So, again, interesting non-call.
Well, we'll take this moment here to thank Boston Pizza. If you'd like to visit Boston Pizza, you can do so at 1606 16th Street East, Owen Sound, Ontario. Or call them at 519-370-2003. Visit their website at www.bostonpizza.com. McComb. That ball is going to go off of the Lakers and out of play, so the North Stars will gain a fresh 30 here with 5 minutes left to play in the second period. Second period scoring, North Stars lead 2-1. After a tough first period, the North Stars find themselves down by 4 goals. No call on that play as the North Stars get sent into the boards. Peshko comes up shaken, no call. Then the ball goes up and out of play as it bounces off the netting around the scoreboard. So at the very least, the North Stars get a fresh 30, but you know, Steve, you were talking about consistency here from the refs, and I think that's something we'd all like to see a little bit more of. Peshko, he's going to take this ball out to the top, and he'll send it down for Jake McNabb. Jake McNabb swings that all the way across the floor. That one's going to get picked off, and now the Lakers are headed up the floor. Pito sends that over, shot scores! Hogarth able to find his way past Ethan Woods, and he sets his team ahead by 5 goals once again.
And again, that's just a tough one to give up. It's a flat-footed pass across the zone. It's a low percentage into a guy that's not cutting towards the net. And then you put your team in an odd man situation because you don't turn and get back into play, yet you bail out to the bench, and you get a 3-on-2 set up, and Thomas Hogarth is too much of a sniper to let that one go by. So that's a big momentum killer. Hopefully for the North Stars' sake, they can get right back at it because they've had an exceptional period here in the second period.
Mitch Gustafson and Jake Withers battling it out. North Stars are going to pick that one up. Millsap with speed. Seems like any time there's a loose ball, Millsap is somewhere nearby. He's trying to pick that one up and racing it up the floor with speed. He's been all over the ball tonight. Jonathan Peshko gets that ball in deep. Greg Elijah Brown flips that one back, and now we're going to get a call going the other way. And then the North Stars take a late shot. And Hutchison looks to be just fine as he gets up and gets the call and walks back with no limp to the bench. So the North Stars maybe on the receiving end of a couple unfortunate calls here.
Well, I mean, again, it was a push on the back for sure by Jackson Webster, but it was certainly sold well by the left back, Hutchison. That was nothing short of the magic soccer water ball, and he was able to pop right back up.
Might have been watching a little bit of Copa America last week.
Well, but again, Hutchie he's a young veteran player, spent a few years in Coburg, and has been a nice addition to Panther City in the NLL, and you know, he's a quality player, quality defender, and he just sold a pick in the back pretty good, and it worked out in his club's favor.
And that's one of those things. Pro players know the plays that they can get called in their favor, know the ones that they can't, and in a league like this, they can make the best of it. Stephen Pertelli swings that across the floor. Tanner Buck picks it up. Tanner Buck creates a little bit of room. Good pick. Gets that pass off. Hard shot by Brown. Rebound shot. Pertelli can't put that home. Misses the open net. Buck comes up with the rebound. Hard shot. That one goes off the goalie.
Yeah, he's going to be thinking about that one. Wide open net. There wasn't much time left, but he had a gaping cage and missed it by 6 inches. But again, great ball movement late in the clock, and if they keep this up, they'll continue to get some scoring opportunities because they've done a much better job down here in the defensive end this period.
Owen Hilt swings that across the floor.
Yeah, and again, I don't know.
No call on that play. It's the exact same thing we saw a moment ago.
And that's what's frustrating, you know. And again, Mitch Gustafson has a reputation of being kind of a rough. Well, that was Darren Halls actually, but just a horrible call by.
And now another non-call here at the other end of the rink. And we've got North Star down on the floor. I'm not sure what's going on here. That long shot goes wide. It's going to be an over and back, but we've got one of the top scorer here for the North Stars. Webster goes down with a stick right up in the face. You can see him grabbing his chin there, trying to recover, and no call.
You know, and again, you know, things go unnoticed, but in this league we employ 3 referees, so things don't go unnoticed. And all 3 of them shake their head as if they didn't see anything. So now there's a little bit of
maybe a bit of a makeup call there as Pertelli goes down. Pertelli now with speed. He's going to have to get in. Long shot here. Rebound goes into the corners. Blumberg's going to battle for it. He does. Good work there by Austin Blumberg's. Pertelli trying to come up with it. Grabbed it at first, then gets taken down. No call on that play either. That's all right. That was a good battle along the boards. Vito up into the offensive zone for the Lakers. Gets this ball back and finds Hiltz. Hiltz back up for Evans. Evans throws that across for Rob Hellier. Hellier with speed right out in front, shot scores! Rob Hellier sets the Lakers ahead 8-2 on a fantastic run to the net. He cuts through all the defense, gets right in tight to the net and sneaks that one home below Ethan Woods.
And I'm not sure if Mitch Gustafson just lost his footing here or what. Oh, he got his legs locked up, and again, Rob Hellier does a nice job scoring from zero angle, and again, that's one that Ethan would probably like to have back as well, but you know, it's
unfortunate play there is just a bit of a tangled leg situation, causes an open lane to the net for Rob Hellier, who is a prolific scorer, and if he has an opportunity like that.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on Rob Hellier with looking at that replay again, because
right out in front, Millsap shot. He gets taken down, no shot on the play. And then sent down after the play. We're going to get
and again,
no penalty. But
again, I don't know how it's not an illegal cross-check or checking from behind. Like, it doesn't matter if it, you know, that ball, that can be called when a player's going for the ball. He doesn't have to have possession. When you get cross-check into numbers, you know, and here we go.
And Hayden Summers-Thompson not
that was the initial
good.
one. There, he gets a cross-check in the back while going for a loose ball.
And he got his, it looked like he got his neck just pinched as he went down. So he is still on the floor looking very, very uncomfortable. And they've got Andy Plater out there taking a look at him. Andy Plater, plenty of experience with athletic therapy, working with the Toronto Maple Leafs for many years, now with the Owen Sound Attack, helping out as well here with the Senior A North Stars. So we know that Hayden Summers-Thompson is in good hands. And you can tell he is having a hard time breathing there as well. So
yeah, and Hayden, again, he's another one of our rookies that we drafted out of the Oakville Junior A Club, and you know, he's put in his time. He's also dressed with the Senior Bs a number of games this year, and he's been through some injury problems, and he's not one to lie on the ground, I'll tell you that. And that's, again, it's just the inconsistency you get, and when there's three officials and neither one of them think that that's a penalty, then you just got to wonder. And again, it's irregardless of what team it's for, a cross-check on the numbers is a cross-check on the numbers. And when it's right there and on the video, and you know, certainly deserving more than just a loose ball call. And, you know, I guess Owen Sound will certainly look to take advantage of this the next couple of physicality situations out there. It should go their way.
We'll take a look. We'll keep an eye on the bench here. It looks like Summers-Thompson is going to stick around on the bench for the next little while, still holding his ribs. We'll take a look and see what happens later with that. Now the North Stars try to get that ball out front. Brown can't connect with Tanner Buck. And now Robert Hope, the captain of the Peterborough Lakers, will carry this up the floor. Looks for the pass, gets it across. Lakers will carry this down into the corner of the floor. This seems to be the Lakers' MO. They'll gain possession. They'll stay very, very far on the outside to spread out the defense. And then they'll explode with speed and try to get right past the second defender. And that one's deflected off the boards. Ethan Wood's going to come up with it. He's going to give that one away to Hiltz. Now right out in front. Hiltz gets that pass across, shot, and can't come down with it. Hiltz loses it. Hiltz goes down. No call on the play. And Will Cecile is going to pick this up and run it back into his zone. He's going to send an errant pass out. And now the Lakers are going to pick up the ball again.
It's just a terrible pass. He had momentum to carry it up the floor. He curls back and throws off his back leg to a stationary player, and it was an easy pickoff. And again, these are just things that, you know, Will, one of the leaders on the defense, he knows he's got to do better. And, you know, it's unfortunate that this is going to result in a 6-on-5 situation here and allow the Lakers to, you know, with their potent extra man attack, go to work here with 27 seconds left in the period. when it should be the other way down. Owen Sound, all they had to do was get to half, call a timeout. They have an opportunity to go 6-on-5 and make it an 8-3 game, even up this period, and and have a little bit of momentum going into the third. So, the defense will have to stand tall, and Ethan Woods will no doubt be asked to make a save or two, although the Lakers will likely let this wind down into that 10 to 8 second before they start looking to set their play.
You can see there Mitch Gustafson and Ethan Woods having a good conversation there on the way back, trying to make sure that they have all their ducks in a row as they try to keep this game relatively within reach. North Stars scoring twice this period, Peterborough scoring 3. And the North Stars trying to keep it that way going into the break. Rob Hellier keeping an eye on the clock. And he looks back up to make sure, and they're going to get this play started here in about 4 or 5 seconds. And as the clock hits 10 seconds, he's going to pass that off for Turner Evans. Evans gets that one down low. That pass, they try to go behind the back, and now it looks like the North Stars are going to be down a man. Long shot there. And with 0.48 seconds left, the North Stars are headed to the box, and it's going to be Mitch Gustafson. 2 minutes for slashing. We'll have to.
And again, that's just infuriating as a club when to get a call with half a second left in the period.
And that will
when there
spell
was
the end.
No injury on the play, and when we just watched the player lie on the floor for 5 minutes from a blatant cross-check on the numbers, and they call a little tap on the wrist. So, anyways.
So certainly a mentally frustrating end of the period there for the North Stars. We'll look to see how they rebound, but I think they've proven to themselves and everybody here that they can hang with the big guys. So we'll wait and see with bated breath what happens in the third period. The North Stars are going to need a big one. They've already scored twice. They're going to need to do it 6 more times, and their defense and goaltender are going to have to come up big, and it's very possible. We'll be right back here on RogersTV.
This is RogersTV.
Welcome back here to the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center. With me, number 33, Jackson Webster of the Owen Sound North Stars. Jackson, obviously not the game you guys would have wanted so far, down 8-2, but definitely some growth in that second period compared to the first. What did you like in the second period?
I mean, there's no give up, right? There's resilience all the way through. We're not where we want to be on the scoreboard, but no question we've won games this year because we don't give up, that the work ethic's never questioned all the way through 60 minutes. We just got to start executing what we're doing, right? Getting through what we talk about in between and executing that out there.
Now, you had 3 goals in Game 1 down in Peterborough in the 12-5 loss in Game 1. What led to your success offensively in Game 1?
I mean, Jonesy talks about just buying in to try and, as a group, get as many goals as we can and fill the net up and try to put yourself in a spot to succeed, win by the most amount of goals, and that's sort of what it is, right? The systems are in place to help us succeed. We follow those, and they help on the floor. That's what happened in Game 1.
Now, you actually also led the team in the regular season with points. So what do you think led to your offensive success throughout the year? Was it all just system?
I think it's just putting your head down, coming in every day, and trying to do it. I've never necessarily been the most skilled guy out there, but I bring that work ethic every single time, and I mean, it leads to success some days not, but the work ethic's never going to be questioned.
Well, Jackson, my last question here for you is going into this third and potentially final period, what do you feel like you guys need to do to be able to come out with maybe a result here tonight?
You just got to be tough. That's all it is. It comes down to toughness. It's playoff lacrosse. It's a different animal. They're a good team. They're absolutely a good team. They're a tough team, and we got to match that, and we got to outmatch that every single time we step on the floor.
All right, thank you so much, Jackson Webster of the MSL North Stars. Good luck in the third period.
Thanks, Spencer.
Now we'll be right back with what Steve and Nick thought of the third period, but with that, we're going to break here on RogersTV.
Hi, I'm Sarah Carmichael. Thank you so much for joining us this season on Great County Life. Thank you to all of our amazing guests for being a part of our program. We are going to be taking the summer off, and we'll see you in September.
Rogers TV. Welcome back here to the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center. If I take up too much more of your time, we're going to go quickly up to Steve McCarthy and Nick Kennedy for what they thought of the second period.
Thank you so much, Spencer. It's great to see all the young fans down there having a good time, enjoying lacrosse, and it goes to show just how much lacrosse runs through the veins of this city. And you know, looking at the North Stars here, first time in the MSL playoffs for this North Stars franchise. They're in a tough hole right now. It's going to be they're going to need a pretty miraculous third period, but you know, it's possible, right? They've seen 5 goals go against them in a period. Certainly they can get 6 for themselves, and they've got scorers to do so. Who needs to step up big in this period for the North Stars?
Well, I think it's got to be collectively, because you just can't have a weak link here. When you got to be pulling in the right direction, whether it be, you know, on your offensive possessions or your defensive sets. You know, they played a really good period there. They didn't get some of the breaks. Maybe they could have went their way on offense, and a couple tough calls against, and a couple non-calls. And a couple mistakes again that end up in the back of their net. So they just need to eliminate those things, play ship to ship, give it their all every ship, cut down on the mistakes, make good decisions, and set themselves up. If you can't win this game, at least set something up to be going in the third game with a positive attitude.
Absolutely. North Stars, they got some work to do, but they are capable of doing it. They had a great second period there. We're looking forward to see what they bring here in the third period as they get ready to take the floor. We'll head to break, and we'll be right back with all your third period action.
Are you a content creator looking to expand your audience and make your voice heard in your community? RogersTV wants to provide you with a platform to share your hobbies, interests, and stories for free. Visit us to find out more.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center and J.D. MacArthur Arena for the third period of action between the Peterborough Lakers and the Owen Sound North Stars. The Peterborough Lakers currently leading by a score of 8-2. Mitch Gustafson in the box right now for another minute and 59 seconds after a slash right at the end of the second period. It was a difficult call. You could tell the North Stars were frustrated with it as they had just finished about a 5-minute break where their leading scorer was, or one of their leading scorers rather, was down on the ground after a check to the back, a cross check to the back, and no call was made for a penalty on the play. You can see right now there's a long conversation going on right now at the bench between our Owen Sound head coach and referee Hiltz. So they're, I think, trying to get a couple of things in order here, and now Hiltz is going to head to Peterborough's bench as well. And so I think they're letting them know that things are going to be a little bit different this period. I think they understand that things are on a bit of a knife's edge right now as far as tempers. They've flared a couple of times so far. No fights yet, but a couple of scrums, couple of scrimmages here and there. And they don't want this to turn into anything more than a kerfuffle. And so taking the face-off here is going to be Jamie Hunt in the place of Mitch Gustafson. He wins that so firmly that the Peterborough Lakers are able to get there first, and Rob Hellier, who ended the period, is going to begin this period for the Lakers. Sends it off to Hogarth. Over for Resiteritz. Hogarth and Hellier playing catch. Evans and Hellier now. That one goes in deep. Back to Hellier. Tries to get that down shot, scores! Resiteritz with a hard low shot. And he opens the scoring here in the third period as the Lakers go ahead 9-2.
Yeah, and again, you can just see the ability to execute a preset play with the Lakers here, and they get orange. Oh, they get the black and orange running around a little bit here, and Unfortunately, Rezi gets the ball in and out of his stick in a split second, and as Ethan's moving from one side of the net to the other. So.
Well, back at the face-off dot now, Mitch Gustafson, as he's led out of the box after that goal. They lose that ball back, and now Halls is going to pick this one up. And Tyler Halls will carry this into the offensive zone. Twisting, turning, gets past the coverage there of Withers. He's going to hold on to this and finally finds that his way to Jonathan Peshko, who takes a stick up in the face, but again, no call on the play there. He takes a shot, no over and back here, so Peshko's going to need to get on his horse here and ride as quick as he can. Does so, picks up the loose ball and gets that back up for Tyler Halls. He's going to run it back into the offensive zone for the North Stars. Halls sends that ball in deep, connecting with Webster. Finds his way to Brown, back to Webster. Webster, twisting, turning, out front, shot. He gets a foot in the crease. No goal on the play. Good save there by Kells. Webster almost finding the back of the net.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see him get rewarded. A great job getting to the net. And would have been nice to see what the call would have been had it hit the twine. So
Marquis gets that ball out. Sends it across the floor. Evans finds his way to Resetaritz. Back to Evans. Evans cuts in, tries to get a backhand pass. Can't connect there with Hutchison as it's broken up. Hutchison gets to the loose ball. Ball's still loose. Evans picks it up, 1 second left. Gets that shot, can't find its way to the net, and the North Stars will carry this up the floor, led by Jake Gasparetti. Gasparetti sends that across the floor. Picked up now by Jake McNabb. McNabb, long shot, that goes off the foot. He's gonna need to get his own rebound here to keep this alive. Jonathan Peshko picks it up. Peshko back up for Greg Elijah Brown. Down now for Tanner Buck. Buck gets around the checking of Armstrong. Takes a long shot. That one's saved by Kells. Looks behind him, but he's got it pinned between his forearm and his leg. Peterborough will carry this up the floor, so good attempt there by the North Stars. Armstrong flips that off, and Hellier is gonna carry it in. Hellier swings out front, gets that pass across. Lakers playing catch. Resetaritz gets that across the floor, now down low. Hellier tries to get it right out in front. Ethan Woods comes up tall and keeps that out of the net. North Stars pick that one up. Millsap now with speed. He's going to head up the floor. Stephen Pertelli's out there, and Millsap takes a hard slash.
That's a one-handed slash that had not on the stick, on the hand, right in front of the referee. So
Greg Elijah Brown tries to lay that pick. Stephen Pertelli, long shot. Rebound picked up by Jake McNabb. Can't get that shot to go past Landon Kells. That one's a high ball right in for Cupido. Gets in tight, shot, scores! And the Lakers reach double digits here in the third period.
Again, it'll be interesting to see the replay here about what the crease's call or non-call is. Obviously, it wasn't called a crease, but again, precariously close there, and but Joey Cupido has done that throughout his career, leak up the floor and score on plenty of breakaways. Again, so as the high guy, your responsibility is to get back.
Robert Hope with an outstanding pass there, and Joey Cupido,
Woods
great finish.
Immediately went to the referee that it was a crease ball, but him being a goalie, it certainly we lost visual there. So again, that is not a whistle. A player can go through the crease as long as he doesn't touch the ball after the fact. So there's no reason for that whistle.
A lot of these referees ref multiple leagues. Few of them refereeing a Senior B game not too long ago. And I think maybe confusing a couple of the rules here.
It doesn't really matter. I mean, they had possession, but again, it's just not required.
Turner Evans picks this one up, twisting, turning, gets around the checking, hard shot off the post. They're going to reset this clock, and it's going to be knocked forward. Now you got Jake Gasparetti with speed. In a lone shot, turned away by Landon Kells. Able to get there now is Tyler Brown. He's going to take the shot. That one's turned away. Peterborough picks this one up, and they're going to carry it into the offensive zone. Jensen sends that ball in low. Resetaritz connects there with Rob Hellier. Rob Hellier breaks free of the checking. Across the floor. Peterborough still with it. Hellier up top for Resetaritz. Spins, long shot, turned away, and it trickles through the legs of Ethan Woods. And that will send the Lakers up by 11.
Yeah, again, that's a weak one. But again, it's late in the shot clock. You just got to stay over top and take that shot away. Time and time again, the team allows that shot. You know, even though it's from the outside here, you got him contained. You got to get closer, get on the hands, and make him turn the back around. He's turning you inside out. You've already had him set up. And anyways,
you can see there was a bit of spin there on the ball. So Woods was in a good position there to save it. As soon as it made contact about 4 feet out in front of him, it shifted about 3 inches one way and then found its way off the leg and then in through the net. So a tough play there and a very difficult save as he was in good position for the initial save, and just a great shot by a solid goal scorer. Ogilvy sends that in for the Lakers. Right out in front. And they're going to call foot in the crease there very emphatically. Like I said, I like this referee. He makes some gigantic calls. We can see all the way from up here what he's thinking and saying. Jonathan Peshko swings out front. Tries to get that one across, make the goalie move. Can't quite connect on the play. And now this ball is going to head up the floor as the Lakers begin moving north. Lowe's able to connect there. Marquis sends it into the half wall. Hogarth across. Thistlethwaite tries to set the pick. Evans sends the ball across for Hogarth. Back to Thistlethwaite. Thistlethwaite trying to shake free the checking of Will Cecile. Gets that long shot. And Ethan Woods turns that one aside into the corner. And then Blumberg's able to come up big with that for the North Stars. Now Blumberg's is headed up the floor. North Stars yet to score here in the third period. Across the floor, Peshko comes up with it. Peshko swings to the middle, gets that ball off for Jake Gasparetti. Gasparetti with speed, tries to get that low shot off the goalie and out of play. The North Stars will regain possession of the ball. A fresh 30 and 14 minutes left to play in the third period. Peshko, long shot, that one gets deflected. Change of speed there. The little changeup seemed to fool Landon Kells, but able to keep that one out as he looks behind him. Now Hutchison carries this one up over half and into the offensive zone. Sends that one over for Hayson. Hayson up. Thistlethwaite. Lakers still with it. Hayson sends that one in. Now Resetaritz right out front. Hilt's long shot. That one doesn't go through. And Thistlethwaite off to pick up his loose glove there, and this ball is going to roll all the way down into the Lakers zone, and the North Stars are going to get to gain possession of it down here. Stephen Pertelli up for Greg Elijah Brown. Sends that over for Tyler Brown. Back over. Hard shot there, turned away by Landon Kells. Now Stephen Pertelli goes in, trying to knock that ball loose. Peterborough shakes loose of that checking as Taylor Jensen runs up the floor. Jensen connecting with Lowe's. Lowe's sends that one in for Hogarth. Hogarth sends that over for Rob Hellier. Hellier to Resetaritz. Hellier down across. Hilt sends that one back in low. Back up for Rob Hellier. Across Resetaritz. He's got room. Tries to find Hogarth, and Ethan Woods comes out of his net to play that one. He's going to throw that one up and connects with Austin Blumbergs. Blumbergs is going to carry this into the offensive zone for the North Stars. He's got help and connects there with Stephen Pertelli. Pertelli getting a little bit more floor time here in the third period. Now Tanner Buck down for Webster. Webster shakes loose. He's going to try to make his way to the net. Holds up. Back out front. Sends an errant pass off. And now Peterborough Lakers are going to gain possession in their own zone and move this ball up the floor. Withers loses that ball. And he's going up against the checking. Hard shot there. And that one's turned aside. Colton Armstrong. A hard shot. And cannot find the back of the net. So now Webster will carry this up into the offensive zone for the Owen Sound North Stars. North Stars dealing with a few injuries already, having to play a few men down with how many you're allowed to call up in the playoffs, and that's just playoff lacrosse for you. People go down with injuries, and unfortunately, sometimes you get the worst of it. And there's a awful play after the whistle. Referee's looking right at it. No call on the play as Tanner Buck goes down extremely hard. That's how you separate a shoulder, and referee Smith is standing right in front of it and says absolutely nothing wrong with that hit well after Buck let go of the ball. So he's going to head to the bench to get a little bit of look at. You can see here, shot goes.
I mean, it's clearly a hit from behind. You know, and again, it wasn't a vicious hit by any means, but the fact is it's very dangerous. And then if they're going to wait till somebody breaks their neck, then I hope they have good liability insurance.
Well, we'll take this moment here as things start to settle down to thank our sponsor of the game, Boston Pizza. Thank you, Boston Pizza, for your continued support of the Owen Sound MSL Senior A North Stars and your RogersTV crew. If you'd like to visit Boston Pizza, you can do so at 1606 16th Street East in Owen Sound, Ontario, or call them at 519-370-2003. Shot and scored there. That's the second goal of the season during the Boston Pizza ad campaign. And we might need to figure something out for next season for what we will do when they score during a Boston Pizza ad.
I'm not certain. I mean, Noah Millsap is certainly a favorite of mine. I'm not sure what he was thinking here, where he left Hogarth all alone to kind of come over and jump a guy that was already covered, and you know, that's a recipe for disaster.
And you can see Tyler Halls kind of looks skyward there. He wasn't able to knock that pass down, got most of it, but not all of it, and unfortunately, the Lakers make good on that, and they score, making this game 12-2 with 11:45 left in this period. And Withers and Gustafson there just get a little bit tangled up. They've been facing off against each other in the face-off dot all evening.
Yeah, Jake Withers is no doubt the premier box lacrosse draw man in the world, and
great save
Mitch
there,
Gustafson has really held his own in this series. He certainly made Jake work for his draw wins, and Gussie's won a few himself, so good on Mitch.
Will Cecile gets that ball off for Stephen Pertelli, finds Tanner Buck. Tanner Buck looking all right out here after that unfortunate collision into the back wall. And if you know the boards here at the Bayshore, they are not forgiving end boards. And they're I don't think he actually got a foot in the crease, because as he fell down, both feet were still outside of the crease. That's what made him fall. So unfortunate call there, as they call a foot in the crease before the foot actually gets there.
Again, there's another big hit from behind, right in front of Smith, and I would hope this isn't one of his poorer games, because they don't get much worse.
Picking that one up is Tyler Halls. He's going to head up the floor with speed. Tyler Halls gets that pass right out in front. Hard shot, rebound shot. Jake Gasparetti can't get it to go, and Smith, just like you'd expect, right on the call, foot in the crease. We may just start calling it before the whistle goes.
Again, real good looking transition. Again, tough for the club not to be able to bury, but
try to get behind the back through the legs there. Turner Evans can't quite get that one to go, as Ethan Woods is able to turn that one away. There's an errant pass that goes off the tip of Rob Helliard's stick. And now Ethan Woods carries that just outside his crease and connects with Webster. Jackson Webster is going to carry this in, and he will run into the checking here. Takes a couple of slashes down low, loses the ball. Blumberg's now battling for it. Webster able to pick up that loose ball and gets blown up there by Armstrong. And now Blumbergs is going to go after Armstrong and try to start a fight. Hope is going to come in instead, and still no play. So they're going to have to call both Hope and Blumbergs. So both players headed to the box here. Robert Hope, Austin Blumbergs. And so they will likely play. Referees are signaling 5-on-5 play for offsetting minors.
Again, good on Austin Blungberg there to step in. Again, a blindside hit. It certainly was on the body, but again, all the referee has to do is call a possession there, and he diffuses the situation. But, again, always deferring.
And there's Hiltz trying to draw a call, but referee starting to show a little bit more consistency here. Doesn't call that one either. They're going to let them play. This is playoff lacrosse after all. And now they're going to call offsetting. Yeah.
And again, Hayden Smith was standing his ground. He takes a shot to the face under the mask, and then Furman decides it's time for a penalty. So again, been a pretty easy game to referee, and so I wouldn't want to see these guys in action in any kind of pressure situation, because they're not quite sure what to do.
Certainly not the game that we in the booth, who may be a little bit one-sided here for the North Stars, would want to see.
Yeah, absolutely. You certainly want to see the hometown do well, and I have a vested interest, but nonetheless, I understand the competitive nature of the game, and I was fortunate enough to be a Peterborough player for a year and win a Minto Cup, so I have a fondness for their club as well. But I don't have a lot of fondness for referees that just, and here we go. Jake McNabb is now going to get a retaliation penalty.
Referee Smith, he's got the call here. So
again, what they're really doing is stirring the pot here and wait until somebody goes off the handle. So
I don't even know if we would have had a shot of that one on the camera, because it was so behind the play here. Ball was off in the other corner of the rink. And okay, it looks like we may actually have a shot of this. So we'll take a look at the replay as you can see Jake McNabb. Yeah. Okay, well, if that's a penalty, I know this game less than I thought I did. Shot and scores. So Resetaritz, he's able to tuck that one home and make it 13-2 for the Lakers. 8 minutes left, and the referees are going to really need to manage this game wisely, as tempers are clearly starting to get out of control. In blowout games like this, you're a lot more likely to see a fight than you would in a tie game. And with plenty of time left in this third period, two sides that are very competitive. Like, yes, Owen Sound is not doing great this game compared to the Lakers, but they are a competitive group nonetheless. And I think the referees are going to need to be ready for a bit of a risky 8 minutes, as Gustafson wins that one back, but Ogilvie able to get there quickly and pick that one up. He gets that ball right in deep as Resetaritz picks that up, and I don't know if we're gonna, I think that might just be a hug. But they are not letting go. So I don't know if the North Stars get a penalty here. I mean, Gustafson doesn't seem to be walking towards the net, and now he is. Okay, so the North Stars will get a penalty again as well. So it'll be offsetting. I think we may have 3 players in each box at the moment. No, we're back down to just 2. 3 in the North Stars box. And Gustafson is going to get the only call. Excuse me, I thought those were offsetting. That is my mistake. That was only...
Yeah, now that just is...
That was only a call for Mitch Gustafson, so I'm not too sure what happened.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure either. I didn't notice Mitch Gustafson on the top of the pile there, so yeah.
Hard shot, that one goes wide. Resets the clock, and the Lakers are back with it. Turner Evans. Evans carries this ball in. He's been great this game. I mean, he wouldn't, I guess he wouldn't be considered one of their top 3 scorers, but an absolutely solid top line.
With Holden Cantoni out of the lineup, Turner Evans is playing a more prominent role on the offense here, and he's another seasoned pro. Had lots of time in the NLL, and he's certainly a skilled guy and a competitor, and with a long lineage of the Evans family in Peterborough lacrosse.
Colton Armstrong gets that ball off for the Peterborough Lakers. Hogarth sends that up for Resetaris down for Hellier. Hellier to Hogarth. Resetaris across the floor. Thistlethwaite sends that down for Evans. Evans behind the back, great pass there.
Oh,
hard shot, and they score.
And again, just a well-placed shot by Thomas Hogarth, and yeah, you could take some penalties. You're going to pay the price, and whether that little love fest between Jake Withers and Mitch Gustafson should have resulted in a man down. The result is a goal for the Lakers, and you know, again, they're just showing their dominance here, and it's been a tough period for the North Stars after coming back and having a much better second period, and you know, they're getting schooled here, and hopefully when in school you learn.
Well, you can follow the this North Stars team on Instagram. They are sr.a.northstars, and you'll be able to get all of your updates on scores as well. The next game in Peterborough, make sure you follow that Instagram page. They'll post it on their stories. That's sr.a.northstars. So senior.a.northstars. On Instagram, they'll have all of your updates on score. Hard shot there by Brown.
Oh, and again, just a real nice save by Landon Kells, and good look there from Peshko down to the crease, but Landon Kells has been on top of his game when he has been called upon tonight.
North Stars moving the ball well here. Tyler Brown.
There's Tyler Halls there.
Sorry, Tyler Halls, my mistake. Peshko gets that shot in. Buck can't come down with that. Now the Lakers are up the floor. You can also follow the Major Series Lacrosse on Instagram. They'll give you some score updates there, a little bit of behind the scenes content, some highlights as well. If you want to get engaged with this team and interact with them, help grow the presence of the North Stars, make sure you follow the North Stars on Instagram and follow Major Series Lacrosse as well. Turner Evans gets that ball out. Hard shot there. Turned away. Great save by Ethan Woods. Now Will Cecile tries to get there, gets it into the stick of Ethan Woods, and now all the way up for Mitch Gustafson, who hits a streaking Webster. Hard shot, and he scores! Jackson Webster puts that one home for the North Stars.
And again, great job. Nice little dish by Mitch Gustafson. Catches Jackson Webster coming off the bench, and Jackson continues to the net, shoots while still moving his feet, and a nice shot far side beat Landon Kells, and good for Jackson Webster. He's been a real nice player all season for Owen Sound, and was the big score the other night for them, 3 goals in Peterborough, and he keeps it rolling for himself.
Jensen battling, able to get that one up for the captain, Robert Hope. Gets in, hard shot, tied up there, and turned away by Ethan Woods. Great play. North Stars heading up the floor. Plenty of speed there as Jamie Hunt carries that into the offensive zone. Twisting and turning, backhands out for Tanner Buck. Buck gets that ball in deep. Portelli tries to get out and runs into double coverage, but maintains possession. Now it gets knocked loose. Buck tries to kick that one away. Picked up by Peshko, sent across. Peshko, long shot, he scores! What a shot by Jonathan Peshko right as the clock expires, and it's deflected up and into the net.
Yep. Just in the nick of time. That was certainly close to being a violation, but again, in a 14-4 game, it's probably not going to get called back. And again, good work by Peshko to corral that ball and just get a shot off when he knew the time was expiring. And tricky little bounce shot as Landon Kells extended his leg. It skipped over, and again, this team is been outclassed tonight. Certainly learned a lot, but nonetheless, they continue to go at it, and good on them not to pack it in and continue to try to get to the net and score some goals before this thing's over.
Absolutely, the North Stars, we've seen it in plenty other situations where if teams are down by a score like this, you'll just see them looking for any kind of contact, any kind of fighting just to make something happen and get on the score sheet in some way. And the North Stars have clearly resolved themselves to trying to get on the score sheet offensively. And you've got to be pretty proud of their effort. Tyler Halls gets that ball in. Webster connecting with Jonathan Peshko. Peshko gets that one in deep. Long shot there. Jake McNabb. And turned away by Landon Kells as he corrals that. And then Peterborough Lakers head up the floor. Ogilvie connecting there with Hellier. Hellier sends that one in deep. Owen Hiltz up the floor for Turner Evans. Evans sends that back over for Hellier. Hellier tries to break to the net. Forced behind, right out in front. Can't get that one turned away. And so Turner Evans picks it up back down for Hellier. Sends that one down low. Rob Hellier can't beat the quick feet of Ethan Woods.
The thing, I think that's something that Hayden Thompson is going to learn as he goes, that once Hellier releases that ball late in the shot clock, he's just got to box him out and not let him come back. Don't turn your head and look for the pass, but take that player out of the play and make them beat you from up top.
Tanner Buck almost beat Landon Kells there, and loose ball gets picked up now by Robert Hope. He sends his way up the floor. That was a good hard hit on the stick.
Yeah.
And
well, it's going to get a penalty from the referee that was furthest away. And now he's going to get jumped, and the referees stand there like three fucking dummies.
And looks like they are okay. They're going to kick him, I think, right out of the game. So Chouelle, who we haven't really called his name a whole lot this game, Eric Chouelle is going to head off the floor. And it looks like tempers are just starting to flare here on both sides. And I mean, this is what we had been talking about from the get-go with this referee crew, is that when you don't call penalties when you should call penalties, or you call them relatively one-sided, you know, tempers generally go up, and referees need to be on top of this, getting involved in the play and making sure that they're calling things that need to be called. And even in playoff sports, you see it in playoff hockey, see it in playoff lacrosse. Those would be, you know, likely the two most obvious examples of it, where referees need to be involved in the game. They don't need to take over a game, but they need to make sure that they're demonstrating control and not letting things go that they don't want to get out of hand. And I think we're kind of seeing, you know, this is what happens when you let a couple of things that you shouldn't let go. There are certain things you're okay with, right? Some harder hits, some, you know, even some blindside hits they may let go a little bit more. You know, slashes on the stick, light slashes, you know, on the lower body, those are okay to let go. But when you're watching players get tackled to the floor, or you're, you know, seeing sticks go across the numbers and you don't get those calls, and you're going to see these tempers are going to start to flare, and you're going to see situations like this where you've got a player who gets jumped, and you know, the referees just kind of stand and watch, and they don't get involved, and they don't put themselves in between.
These are two of the three referees that refereed the Senior B game last night in Six Nations, who watched Rory Smith, who is, you know, certainly no angel, tough, hard-nosed player, but certainly likes to get his hands dirty, who essentially went after a player on Owen Sound that is not a physical player whatsoever, and the three referees stood there and watched him get pummeled, and with no attempt to jump in. So, and then the same thing almost occurs here. So I don't know that there'd be any evaluation done. I know that there are some referee evaluations done from time to time, but I don't know that they're extremely thorough. And, you know, again, with Josh Hiltz being a veteran referee and well respected, and I certainly think a lot of them. But nonetheless, you know, you've got a guy that comes over here off the bench, mind you, as it would appear, to get engaged to a player that was getting a penalty, and then just to stand back, you know, really has got to be a concerning thing for this league and who we have officiating.
Well, and now the North Stars seem to be the ones getting the 5-minute penalty here, which I'm confused about here because the Lakers did, it seemed like somebody jumped the bench and ran to jump the North Stars player.
So to give him a 10-minute misconduct or something is, again, just an I shouldn't be surprised at the incompetence of their ability to referee tonight's game. And this is what's going to happen. And you know what? There's 2 minutes and 43 seconds, and I wouldn't be surprised if something happens again, because these guys have no handle on how to deal with it.
And certainly, you know, it is difficult when you have a veteran ref who's, you know, also trying to deal with, you know, maybe a couple of refs that don't have the same level of experience that he has, and so all the respect to, you know, this team. Certainly they've missed a few calls tonight, and we'd like to see things go differently.
You know, again, Joel Furman's done refereeing for a long time, and he's a quality lacrosse guy. And again, everybody has a bad night, but collectively here, this has not been a star-studded night for the Owen Sound North Stars, particularly, nor the men in black. The only guys that have been on top of their game tonight are the Peterborough Lakers, and deservedly so. They've come into Owen Sound and totally dominated the young squad here, and again, really turned up the heat here, and you know, they're well deserving of a 10-goal lead at this point.
Unfortunately, I don't really have any sort of explanation as to how a player gets jumped and their team is down by a man for 5 minutes, but I think we'll...
yeah, he must have only been assessed a 10-minute misconduct. That could be the only thing that could explain how you end up with a situation like that. But nonetheless, Owen Sound's got 2 minutes here to kind of survive and try not to get scored on again. And you know,
Jonathan Peshko moving his feet well. Greg Elijah Brown comes down with that ball, and he'll be able to kill the last 5 seconds of this likely. Good work there by Greg Elijah Brown. He's got a wide set of shoulders on him, so he's able to muscle that ball around pretty well for the North Stars, and does so as he runs out that 30-second clock and gets this game a little bit closer to the end. Unfortunately, I think this one, you know, you never like to call a game before it's over, but I think this one may be a little bit out of reach here.
Oh, it's been out of reach for a while, but nonetheless, these you know, these guys are going to play hard till the final whistle. Both clubs will. I mean, Peterborough are not champions for no reason. I mean, they are, you know.
So the North Stars are certainly playing for their pride at this point. You can see Ethan Woods with a great save there, and hopefully a few more here. Final minute, 10 seconds left. That shot goes wide. And Ethan Woods is going to send that all the way up the floor. Unfortunately, it's going to go wide a little bit, and now Will Cecil and Peterborough's Hasten are going to get a little bit tangled up there. Ball goes back into the offensive zone for the Lakers. Capito sends that over. Lakers still with possession here, 10 seconds left, and you'll probably see this will be their last possession unless they can reset the clock. 5 seconds left to play in the shot clock. There's a hard shot on the net. They'll reset the clock. 14 seconds left in this game, and I think Peterborough is going to take this ball and they're going to walk at least close to half, and I don't know if we'll see another shot on net.
No, I doubt it. They're just going to toss it in the corner and call it a night.
Well, the Peterborough Lakers are victorious here in Game 2 and now lead the series 2-0. The North Stars left shaking their heads here. Referees quickly off the floor. Both teams are going to line up, I think, and do some handshakes. No, maybe not. Maybe not. They'll do handshakes with each other. Handshakes will come at the end of the series.
Yep.
You'll need to stay tuned for Game 3 to see if the North Stars are able to avoid a sweep in the first round here. And there they go off the floor. Now Caleb Martin congratulating Ethan Woods. Ethan Woods came in there in relief in the first period and just did an outstanding job for the North Stars. Able to turn away a lot of good attempts. You can see the last of them there just getting off the floor. A little salute there by Jackson Webster. And now you can see our very own Spencer Byers. I think he's going to do an interview right down here at center floor. So, you know, a tough game there, Steve, for the Owen Sound North Stars. Maybe a couple of calls we would have wanted to see go the other way. You got any final words before we send this down to Spencer?
No, I mean, you know, the score was indicative of the two teams. I mean, the Lakers are a far superior team. I mean, Owen Sound has to play a near perfect, energetic, and game without making a lot of mistakes. And tonight they didn't do that, and they paid for it. You know, regardless of the refereeing and how hard we might have been on them tonight, it had no outcome on the final score of the game. The Peterborough were full marks, and they're a quality championship pedigree team, and Owen Sound is going to have to play to a much higher level to have any success next game.
Absolutely. And, you know, I think the passion that we hear, you know, maybe going towards the referee, I mean, these are our players. And, I mean, for yourself, you helped curate this team. You want to see, you know, their safety looked after, and I think, you know, that seemed to be where most of the criticism was coming from. It's just, it seemed like maybe the safety just wasn't being protected as well as it could.
And again, I don't think there was any intent to injure in any play tonight on either side, quite frankly, and certainly not by any of the Peterborough players on some of the tough hits from behind or the pushes or what have you. They just happen to be in dangerous spots, and you know, some players get, you know, slightly injured at some point.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to send it to the floor on behalf of Steve and I. Thank you so much for watching, and we're going to hear now from Spencer Byers and Turner Evans of the Peterborough Lakers.
Down here at floor level with assistant captain of the Peterborough Lakers, Turner Evans. Turner, you had a 9-point game here tonight in the 14-4 win. What led to your offensive explosion here tonight?
Well, I think just as a team, we had a pretty good offense tonight. Ball was zipping around pretty good, so you know, when we're playing as a team, good things are going to happen for us, and we were able to score quite a few goals tonight, and just we played well as an offense, and we worked hard.
Now, obviously, Peterborough, a very historic team in the MSL, a lot of Man Cups in the history, looking to add one more this season. What do you feel like you guys have to do to kind of propel the success here against Owen Sound as the playoff run you'd think will continue on?
Yeah, I think right now our focus is just on playing against Owen Sound right now, and giving our best effort every night, making sure that we're coming ready to play. Our captain does a good job of making sure we're prepared and making sure that, you know, we're showing up to the rink ready to go, and going through warm-ups, we're getting dialed in. So I think just as we move forward, just continuing that, and you know, every game's a big game for us at this point in playoffs, and just keep working.
9 goals allowed in the 2 games here so far against Owen Sound. Great defensive performance by you guys. What have you made of your defense so far this playoff run?
Yeah, I think our defense has been playing great, like you said. But they've been playing a great team defense, supporting each other, playing their system well, and we've been getting some great goaltending as well. So if we can continue that, that's just going to keep piling on our success, and that's something we're looking to do.
Well, Turner, before I let you go and just celebrate this win, you guys play them on Thursday down in Peterborough to try to end this series in a 3-game sweep. What do you feel like you guys have to do going into Game 3 down in Peterborough to be able to come up with a result and the sweep against Owen Sound?
I think we're just going to have to stay focused. Like I said before, make sure we're coming to the rink ready to play. You know, they got a great team over there. They work hard, so if we can match their work ethic, maybe work a little bit harder and just keep moving forward, that's going to be kind of keys to our success.
Thank you so much, Turner Evans of the Peterborough Lakers. Go enjoy the win with your team.
Okay, thank you.
That'll be it here for us from the Bayshore. Maybe the last MSL game of the year, and if it is, it's been one heck of a ride here for Owen Sound. 2 wins at home, getting their first win since 1995 here in the MSL, and if it is my last game of the season, it has been so much fun being on RogersTV here with you, and thank you so much for tuning in. But for Nick Kennedy, Steve McCarthy, myself, Spencer Byers, and the great Mark Perry down in the control room, and all the volunteers hanging out with the cameras, and of course Martin in the audio booth, thank you so much for tuning in for our MSL game here on RogersTV.
watching Rogers TV.